Humanitarian 2-2, this is 2-1 Bravo. My gunner has a silhouette at 9 o'clock, 2 clicks out.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're doing more Generation Kill. This is the finale episode, episode 7 of season only of Generation Kill. This is Bomb in the Garden. Thoughts on all the previous episodes are on the back half of those episodes. It's, this entire show, it's been a treat. I'm the type of person who, I move on somewhat frequently. Like, I don't really keep in contact with anyone from high school, and then I went into the military. And then I don't keep in contact with anyone from military. And then I went to film school. Don't keep in contact with anyone from film school. Went to some jobs. Like I just keep on moving. And you know, this was the most interesting and accurate, I would say, portrayal I've seen of Marines, of the Marine Corps, at least during my time frame of when I was active. So while I did cut out some of the grodier or maybe harsher commentary or things that the Marines were talking about, just wanted to acknowledge that I'm not trying to like whitewash memories or you know, periods of time or wasn't it great, you know, no. It's just that if I didn't have a reaction or much to say to what was going on, then it was footage that didn't need to be included because it just gets copyright attacked and every second counts on the filters here. Disregard this. Some episodes you'll see it bright red and scabby. I have a freckle there, and every once in a while I decide to, you know, I want to cut it out or squeeze it out of existence or, you know, amputate it. And it never works, and yeah, it's like skin tags, blackheads, hangnails. If it's something that shouldn't be there, I fucking remove it. Again, I'm not a dermatologist. I don't know if that's apparent, but it's Sunday when I'm watching this. I should be editing The Wire episode 1 for tomorrow, but I wanted a break. I wanted to get away from Baltimore for a little while, so into the sand we go. Here we go, Generation Kill, the finale episode, A Bomb in the Garden, number 7. Here we go.
Hey, Roger. Hey, we just had contact and stand by for a 6 line. In range 3-1, we're ready to copy.
Jesus Christ. That's a lot of city. I'm not careful. We get lost in this here.
Last episode, we don't want to get lost in the humanitarian aid. This episode, we don't want to get lost in the city. USA at the best. It looked like it was print too and not cursive, which means he did some fire stop, aim action there.
Room select 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets.
So if my voice appearance mind hasn't put you off yet from the channel, please check out the playlist tab on the channel. Whole bunch of shows, whole bunch of variety, and there might be something there that you like too.
Get me Cucker.
He is no longer on this team. Over.
Say again?
Be advised, the team leader's been fired. Over.
Hail the conquering heroes! All hail First Recon!
Cigarette factory.
Anyone got a match?
Wow.
Wacky shit sticks. Next we'll all be eating raghead pussy. This has gotta be the biggest cloud of secondhand smoke ever. You fucking execute people for shit like this in California.
Yeah, I mean, technically this is like looting and war crime, right? We're stealing shit. Is this private facility that, you know? That's the calmest I've seen Captain America. I mean, last episode, you know, he had some mystery bruises on his face. I cut that out, but I suspect he's being, you know, dealt with on the side, maybe.
He ain't team leader no more. Because of that EPW takedown? Going with Captain America was trying to get us to help bayonet the Haji. He tries to stick the dude, we stop him, or we get suspended.
We get paid to brutalize people. But our captain, he's brutal to the wrong people. Eric, I'm not going to stand for this. I request masks.
You know where to
Damn. I mean, I had some shit happen with me and some people I worked with, and it was like something like that where it's like everyone around it gets fucking pinned for it.
And I'm contacting him. I'm hiring a lawyer. For all of us.
For all of you.
The important thing, Brad, is that Eric and Redmond hang together. We don't want them talking on their own.
Well,
Eric looks up to you.
Stop the looting and restore a sense of security in order to allow critical, life-sustaining functions to take place. The intent is to locate key facilities in our zones.
I can't tell if it's the stream or the film that it was recorded on, but like this looks better, kind of gritty and slightly pixelated.
Those are Navy SEAL snipers set up on the top floor of the office tower, and judging from their rate of fire, dropping a bad guy every 5 or 10 minutes.
Fucking Chris Kyle up there, right?
Motherfuckers from 1-5 are lighting up the street like it's cool.
Should we go help them out?
A Tromley would. Fucking Ricochet?
No Purple Heart, no disability. Check for you, reporter.
Wasted a good bullet.
That's a 5.56 round. Why the fuck is one of ours be coming in? No, not the CGI helicopter. No!
Not good at all.
I always want to call them Chinooks. What is that, a CH-46? Yo, Tromley, you shit on my shitter. Is he having a combat jack out there? Is that... Walk away. What? Wasn't even a combat jack. It was just a regular jack. Right?
And people started shooting each other.
As you do.
I think I heard an Iraqi get shot right in front of me. It's too bad. You probably would have liked democracy.
Is that all you got? Mail call.
Mail call. Yeah, there are some boot camp stories I will tell in person and in private, but I don't think I should share them here. Mail call just reminded me of some of them.
She wants to take my kids with her back to Reno.
Damn.
Yeah, she's been taking just at a dance class.
Apparently, Uday and Kusei's cigarette factory. They exported 20 brands of cigarettes and made almost $50 million a year.
Sounds like you've been doing some research. Well,
Suddenly my earlier commentary about is it right to pillage and loot this place, I don't feel as bad anymore about the cigarettes.
Actually, sir, it's the only place in the compound not covered by this 3-meter wall. It's this chain link fence.
I was gonna say they hit it with the truck, the fence is down, but yeah, bullets will just
Rudy, go!
Rudy can move. He's training first episode with fucking rocks. Full speed, full pack.
Yes! Go!
Fucking wild zigzags.
And always run in a serpentine fashion. I was running evasively.
Next time we come under fire, run in a straight line.
I mean, if it was automatic fire, the zigzag wouldn't have mattered, but...
1st Battalion, 4th Marines have occupied this structure. Respectfully, you're asked to rat fuck some other establishment. You have a nice day.
Do we smoke them? No, no, no.
The fuck they think they are?
They got there first is all.
fuck that.
Recon doing their thing. Man, if I did a jump like that now, I would shatter an ankle or my fucking Achilles would explode, I swear. This is how I play laser tag, like I'm super fucking serious when I do laser tag and paintball. They're fucking with the Navy SEALs up there?
Jackpot.
Oh, they found their own fucking place to hide at.
Fuck it! Captain America made me a war criminal anyway, huh?
Damn right.
Yeah. Nice.
I got mixed feelings about that. I thought they were just like breaking in to get a place to hang out or chill or get some food or something, but like just breaking shit and stealing art and whatnot, you know. I understand where they're coming from. Me back from it over here, it's like, it's a bad look, guys.
You have Valium.
Valiant.
Holy shit.
Because I can't sleep at night.
Really, why?
And the store to buy liquor has been closed.
Oh, fuck. That's something I was saying or thinking and talking about with people when COVID hit. Like, with everything closed down, like, you force a lot of people to go sober, possibly, you know, if you're not stocked up or don't have access to a liquor store.
The men are all sitting around talking shit.
Same with prescriptions and pills and medicine. And
Bro, if we fight the women instead of the men, we get our asses kicked.
You like boys or girls?
Girls, dog.
Girls. Phew.
yeah, this guy.
You like?
You lie.
Unexploded munitions, lack of electricity, no running water, broken phone lines, ransacked hospitals, and bandits coming through at night robbing homes.
Well, if you have technical skills, start fixing the electric and the water or the phones. If you have combat or physical skills, you can be on guard for the looters. Didn't they say they're not a police force several times? And now they're policing neighborhoods?
Right, but that's exactly
The
why.
battalion thinks what we have to do is let this work itself out.
Yeah, they're supposed to be up here north of Baghdad trying to catch an armored unit, I thought.
And tomorrow night, we're billeted to the north of the city in a hospital complex.
But Captain, this neighborhood we were at today, it needed
That's not our mission.
Last episode, he's like, we can't get lost in the Humanitarian. We have to be combat effective, and now he's upset about not staying to help these people. Where's your continuity? If there's an internal conflict, I didn't see when it pivoted, like when this change happened. Dustin Hoffman looking.
They say they require only 2 items, fresh water and statues of George Bush, which they plan to erect up and down the street as soon as the Americans help them pump out the sewage. I think the police stations and the armories have been emptied. An AK now costs the same as about 2 packages of cigarettes.
Woo, that's your supply and demand, baby.
The violence that goes on at night, letting vigilantes and thieves out, will not correct the problems of Saddam's rule. All this is a bomb.
Yeah, it's like there's no doubt Saddam was horrific towards his people, but going in there I don't even think you can argue against it, had a greater destabilizing effect and a detrimental, impact on human life and quality of life for the region.
I just got word that we're going to rebuild it again. Let's move from the hospital to some power plant further east. Chances are we'll be patrolling some other neighborhood tomorrow and then another one the next day.
So I'm not gonna give him Valium, I'm not gonna give him anything for cutting in front of the kids.
I get it, man. Like, everyone does something, right? Not everyone, but it's not uncommon to either drink or smoke cigarettes or smoke pot or, eat too much. Everyone and all these dudes, whatever it was, man, it's gone and they don't know how to fucking cope.
Sir, we're about to be overrun. I can see that.
Wait here. Infidel.
Ah. You're not in the club. The fact that there is war is the fact is it's just because there are different clubs. God damn, just imagine a future where we put all this fucking energy and devotion and animosity towards each other, towards working towards something else.
He says that the Americans should hit them if they come too close. He says these people are used to being pushed around.
How the fuck can an elite unit like ours roll into this shit with only one guy who can fucking speak Arabic? I mean, what the fuck, sir?
I was saying that early on, like, what? Yeah, like, he could be directing the whole fucking narrative, deciding what people are saying and who they are, and it's like, oh yeah.
They finally gave us a night recon.
You're really desperate, Brad.
The hunting grounds have been established.
Hey, Godfather's saying it's time for us to be more aggressive. Suggest you send foot patrols out into the neighborhoods below. How copy?
Hitman, having assessed the situation from close observation, I'm gonna keep my men in a defensive posture until dawn. How copy?
Well, that's your ass.
So I can come home with 21 men instead of 22? For what?
Band of Brothers, wasn't there a time where they were supposed to go on a patrol and someone was like, I want you to go to sleep and then wake up and report to me that the patrol went well, like...
Given that you were not actually present to assess the situation, I used my discretion as the CO of the scene.
Nate, you've been questioning my orders ever since our reef.
No, sir, I have executed your orders on every occasion except those few in which to do so would have needlessly jeopardized...
You believe this?
The Corps won't forget.
Okay.
Give him the dead kid. Kids playing in this garden.
Oh, bomb in the garden.
One less bomb in the garden now, isn't there?
Doc, did you hear on the BBC today?
Huh?
Some newly arrived grunts slaughtered some Iraqi kids who were playing on blown tanks.
Did they say Army did that or some new Marines did that?
Don't they fucking realize the world already hates us?
We keep killing civilians, we're gonna waste this fucking victory.
We can't keep doing this.
Relax, Iceman, relax.
Get out of the hole.
The last conversation they had was, I trust your judgment.
Definitely looks like gin. It's clear.
Gin is... I've had so much different types of alcohol, but gin just does not... Me and gin are not... I don't understand it. I don't understand gin straight. I don't understand it with seltzer. I don't understand it in other drinks. I don't.
Oh, boys. To our last night in Baghdad. Pull, motherfucker, pull!
He's gonna fall back, yeah. Look, I work on ladders, man. I know how balance and that shit works.
But one thing that ain't overrated is combat. You take rounds, you shoot back, she starts blowing up. Fucking sensory overload.
I mean, they can talk a lot of shit because they weren't in some thick-ass shit like the Pacific where people were exploding all around them. They had, well, what, Pappy got shot in the foot and someone else got hurt? That's it?
21 days to take down an entire country. You gotta give the white man his props.
Wait, they're singing already? I know the episode isn't even close to over.
My wife, man, she's smart, but she fucked up when she married me. One day, my old man, he tries to patch things up with me. Except on the way to the lake, takes us to this porn shop so we can have a jack in the booths. I keep you and our daughter locked away deep inside, and I try not to look there. Doc, you think that's too harsh?
Cold truth. Every time. I don't care how harsh it is.
Battalion requires an escort for engineers no later than 2300 at grid.
Now you copy this, Major. My men are not carrying out that mission. This is a no-go.
Battalion requires an escort for combat engineers to mark a minefield.
Oh, no. He'll take it. He'll fucking take it. They keep saying, what is it for? Why? You know, everything's...
I thought they were just supposed to stand in the road and toss cam lights in the field.
Everything was winding down.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Fireman carry.
Don't step in a landmine. Fuck, it hurts.
Give him morphine.
Oh, that was the...
Give him morphine till he's stabilized.
That was the guy who said he ain't had a war since Somalia and he had to get some, right?
It's a goddamn order. I know this shortcut.
Just complete incompetence and disappointment all around.
Down to the last bullet before we ship out.
This war has an official name now. Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Oh, that does sound swell.
You haven't said two words since Baghdad.
No more rip fuel.
Well, see y'all.
Stay frosty.
Gonna play some guys from Alpha. Guys up for that?
We did a football game on base once, but it was during a hurricane, you know. There was a storm, everyone was sent back to the base, and we're just playing in knee-deep water between the barracks. People sailing down the sidewalk, like sitting in a shopping cart holding up a sail on a broom handle and just like making their own boat.
Is there anything you want to ask me before you unhitch your wagon?
Captain America. Captain McGraw. Sir.
You think I should have taken harsher action?
2 attempted bayonettings.
But no Iraqi prisoners actually wounded. There's some in this battalion who feel that Lieutenant Fick is unfit for command. So what happens to my command
when
if I respond
to both situations?
Every complaint made against one of my men.
Ah, there's a bump on my leg I just felt for the first time. I want to cut it out. Just like the skin tags I was talking about and the freckles I fuck with. My shop, we had a football game once for PT. It was on one of the Super Bowls, and we all worked night shift, and they split the night shift up into 2 teams, and they told us whoever won the football game would get off for the Super Bowl and would get to watch it, and the other half would stay at work and fix shit. We were pretty fucking violent with each other. It's supposed to be tag football. We're playing with staff NCOs and with each other, and, you know. Well, shit happens when you're playing football. it was kind of a ruse because they gave us all off for the evening, you know, other than a few essential necessary people. Fucking Rudy out there wearing nothing, practically.
I own him, baby! Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah! Hey, whoa! Whoops! What the?
What was that about?
He like walked into the game and hit him. He wasn't even a part of it. Now Rolling Stone goes back to the world and tells the paper what it's like out there, and then he's ostracized for having anything other than everyone else around him's opinion. It's definitely one thing about the military. Every opinion is brought to the table and given equal scrutiny.
You're just like every other shot piece of shit in high school! The fuck off of me!
Man is not doing well without his rip fuel. He's like the Iraqis were asking for Valium.
This place was fucked before we got here, and it's fucked now. I personally don't believe we liberated the Iraqis.
My question is whether indifference is the same as enjoyment.
All religious stuff aside.
Oh, the edited video? Probably clipped it together on Windows Movie Maker or some shit studio program. I don't think he's gonna have like Final Cut or Vegas or Premiere or anything like that. Beginning of the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead. Which one of the guys who played an officer in this was actually in that movie too. So that's 2 movies that he's in that had this song to it. I wonder if there's a third. When the man comes around. Those AT-4s, those rocket launchers, I was looking at them earlier. Also, if I end up muting a lot of this audio, it's because of the song will get me copyright struck. Oh, that's a 240 Golf. That's a fun fucking gun. I only shot it once, but... Boom! Yeah! Like, I celebrate the destruction in these scenarios, but I detach from the human loss. Tromley celebrates and is attached to the human loss. That for him is the everything.
A pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
What? That's the end? Made me think we were gonna follow Trombley onto some fucking crazy thing, or he ended up being bad or something.
In November 1775, I was born in a bomb crater. My mother was an M16 and my father was the devil. We stole the Eagle from the Air Force, the rope from the Army, and the anchor from the Navy. And on the 7th day, when God rested, we overran his perimeter, and we've been running the show ever since.
But we're gonna go home, and they're gonna say, wave their little flag and say, welcome home. Thanks for preserving our right to go on, not giving a fuck.
You got the right to say what you want. We got the right to punch you in your fucking mouth if we disagree.
It's not too indifferent than the George Carlin thing. I should be able to do what I want, and I think if you don't like that, you should be able to kill me. Okay, finally, on to the outro. Episode 7, Bomb in the Garden. Bravo reaches Baghdad, where the men set up shop in an abandoned cigarette factory, although the grounds aren't quite as secure as they'd like. Okay. I mean, there's not a lot I can say that I didn't say in the intro about my appreciation and enjoyment in this show. But in this episode in particular, I believe, we got to see some people's frustrations come out. Some people had little breaking moments or realizations. Other people, it was more of a quiet contemplation and trying to figure out how they go back home and how they lock shit away in their head and don't let it cross into each other. And just the general frustration. The whole situation, the execution, the mission, every aspect of it. And you could tell that, Rolling Stone and Godfather, yeah, like Godfather made a point in there about if he starts going after every time there's a complaint, what happens to the unit, what happens to their capabilities, what happens to their cohesion. So, like from his standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, it's a lesser evil type of thing. It's not a morality question. Both officers and scrutiny is bad. Even though they're both being scrutinized from completely different angles for completely different reasons. A comment mentioned previously that I'd get to hear audio from actual Marines, and I believe that's what that outro sequence was in the credits. And I don't know if it'll make the final edit or if I cut it out, but there is something to the absolute freedom of speech that the military has, you know, amongst themselves. In the civilian sector, you know, you see little cliques and like this group doesn't like that group and blah 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 blah. And I mean, there are cliques and friend groups within the military and whatnot, between shops, units, living conditions, whatever. But it was always like your actions that put you in an exclusion zone, not something you said, like words, ideas. It was just that. It was just all hypotheticals and, you know, everyone throwing it out there. There was exchange of ideas, and then it's like you get out to the civilian world and it's like, oh yeah, we just don't deal with those people, or we don't engage with that. And it's like, well, you know, I agree with some of what you're saying and doing, but, you know, these people might have a little piece of the truth too, you know. It's not just your lived-in experience, it's the ability to recognize that other people have perspectives and lived-in experiences. Like the dude was talking about his father-son trip and what it actually was like, and the porn shop and throwing the brick through the window, and the you know, him going there to jack it. And it's like, if you didn't live that and have that burned into your existence, you know, it's like we're born, it's the nature and the nurture. It's like our genetics, our predispositions, and then it's the environment we grow up in. And I'm realizing now we're on a tangent, way off base, but at least in my time and in the air wing, you know, it was pretty open. But then out here in the civilian world, maybe it's because I went straight from the military to being off for a year or two, working and partying, and then I went to film school. It was just a big changes in you know, military life to civilian life to film school life. It was just a massive shift. But then it's like, I don't judge the Marines or the younger or the harsher or the more ignorant people, because it's like they don't, the more you know, the circle of knowledge as it grows, your circumference of ignorance grows. So the more you know, the more you realize is outside of what you know. So it's like, I wouldn't feel it'd be fair to come down on these Marines or, you know, young people in general, you know. And that's all nuanced things that in the civilian sector have always kind of, I don't want to say always, but I feel like it's been shunned, or, you know, it's like either shut down something you don't agree with, or that is difficult to tackle. But, you know, just because it's an emotional response, that's not an argument. So the words, the ability to say whatever's on your mind, right, wrong, or indifferent, as we saw in the show, is something I value and think is, you know, good. It's something so we don't have compelled speech 1984 fucking going on. So, I'm all over the place. What is this outro? What the fuck happened to me? Anyway, please leave any suggestions, shows, movies, anything you'd like to see that you think I'd like to watch. And I might get around to checking it out. I'm going to be mixing up the schedule here in the near future, but that's a conversation for another day. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully we'll see you again in something else. Thanks again for being here, and goodbye.